Hi, welcome to the Man in the Kitchen. I'm Levon, this is my kitchen, and today we're going to be making creamy shrimp fettuccine a la vodka. Now, I know there's a lot to unpack there, but basically, it's gonna be this awesome fettuccine pasta in a creamy shrimp sauce with a bit of vodka. I originally was gonna use white wine, but I didn't have any of that in the fridge. And as always, I had vodka in my fridge because, well, Russia. I went in instead and it turned out amazing. To be more specific, it's not quite vodka, but it's Zubrowka. Zubrowka is this Polish vodka made from bison grass. It's this herb. You can even kind of see it in the bottle. It always comes with a few of them in the bottle. It is absolutely delicious, fragrant, aromatic, bit of this herby taste in it, a bit of sweetness. Now, obviously, it is absolutely amazing just to shoot. That's why it's in the freezer mostly. But in this case, I experimented, we put it in the pasta, and it blew my mind. So now it's creamy shrimp fettuccine alla Zubrowka. How fancy does that sound? We're gonna fry the shrimp, spice it with a bit of garlic and some Italian seasoning. Then we're gonna add a bit of tomato sauce to give it a nice tang. And then we're gonna add some cream. Everything is gonna mix together into this beautiful silky cream sauce. It's gonna thicken. And then we're just gonna put our fettuccine in it, add a bit of pasta water, and we're done. Shrimp, cream, pasta. What else can you want? It is so good. Let's go. Before we get going though, if you like what I'm doing here, please leave me a like, leave me a comment or a subscribe. That really helps me out. Thanks a lot. Cheers. So what are we gonna need in terms of ingredients? In this case, nothing much at all. Now, if you don't have vodka or Zubrowka in the freezer, no worries. Just use white wine. I have a pack of raw shrimp here that I've defrosted ahead of time. Beautiful, large shrimp. So besides shrimp, all we're gonna need is a clove of garlic, some Italian seasoning, a bit of tomato paste, some heavy cream, and pasta. Today I'm making it with fettuccine, but you can do the exact same thing with any pasta, spaghetti, penne, whatever you want. Bucatini, get it, it's all gonna be amazing. The two other obvious ingredients that we're gonna need are butter and cheese. For cheese, I love usually to use Parmesan. In this case, I don't have that. I have some Romano cheese. Butter just makes everything amazing, especially pasta. So one thing to consider when you're buying pasta is the texture. The texture on the pasta really dictates how it captures sauce. Pastas with a lot of texture or kind of interesting shapes usually capture a lot more sauce. So the first thing we're gonna do is set the water to boil. I always like doing that as the first step because you never know when you're gonna be ready to throw in your pasta. So having the water boiling on the side, at any point you can go ahead, throw in your pasta and it's gonna start cooking. You wanna make sure you have a good amount of water in that pot so that the pasta has room to boil and doesn't end up sticking in it. Once that's done, we're gonna start with our prep. All we need to do in this case is just mince some garlic and we're done. Crush them, peel them, and mince them. With shrimp, maybe the only step here is to get a paper towel and dry them off a bit so that they don't release too much liquid into the sauce. Squish the shrimp here and there and make sure all that extra moisture is tied up. The last thing we're gonna need to do is grate our cheese. Now, we're not gonna be shy about it because cheese, like butter, has yet to ruin anything. And that's it. Let's go to the stove. At the stove, we're gonna start by taking a pan and heating it up with oil and obviously butter. Always go with butter in pasta. Like I said many times before, and this is especially true for pasta. greatness starts with butter. We're gonna go in with some olive oil, we're gonna go in with some butter, and we're just gonna let it all melt. When the butter melts and starts to sizzle a bit, we're gonna plump our shrimp in. The shrimp, depending on how well you dried them, are initially gonna release a lot of liquid. So before they start frying, they're gonna start steaming, which is unfortunate, but just one of those facts of life. Might take anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Once the water is boiling, we're gonna take the fettuccine, and in this case, I'm gonna plop it in right away. The way to plop it in is kind of hold it on top, give it a nice twist, and then just release. And if anybody happens to be around and watching, they will surely be impressed. So just wince. Once the fettuccine is in, we're gonna kind of wait until it starts to hydrate and melt, and then we're gonna ensure that it's completely submerged. At that point, we're gonna cover it with the lid about halfway through, and we're gonna let it cook according to instructions. In this case, it's about 9 minutes. After about 4 minutes or so, 5 minutes, once the shrimp start to fry, we're gonna hit it with that garlic. We're gonna give it a stir real quick, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, for the garlic to kind of connect with the oil, release all that awesome flavor. At this point, we're gonna deglaze this pan with Zubrowka. We're gonna pour about 3 shots in there, all right? We're also not gonna forget about our lovely, amazing sauce. 3 shots into the pan, 1 shot for yourself, and let's cheers. Mwah. Now we're cooking. What is your favorite pasta? I'm sure you have a favorite pasta. I would love to know it, so leave a comment below. We're gonna give it another 30 seconds, and then we're gonna add a spoon of that tomato paste. We're not gonna add a lot of it. Like I said before, we're just adding this to get that beautiful pink color. We're not making tomato sauce here, making a cream sauce, but we're making a pink cream sauce. So we need a bit of tomato paste. Red and white makes pink. And then we're gonna hit it with some Italian seasoning. Sprinkle it on top a bit or a lot, depending on your taste, and mix it all together. After about maybe 5 minutes or so, we're gonna go in with the heavy cream. Now with cream, get heavy cream. If it's not heavy cream, why bother? You know, if you're already putting cream in, just get heavy cream. It's gonna taste so much better. So in this case, I have me some heavy cream. I'm gonna pour in about a glass. So you don't wanna pour in too much. We're not trying to drown this pasta in the sauce. This is just one component of the sauce. Once we poured the cream in, we're gonna salt everything. We're gonna hit it with some pepper and just give everything a nice mix and wait for the cream to reduce. In about maybe another 5 minutes, 7 minutes, so the cream reduced quite a bit. You can see it started to thicken. Our sauce is done, our fettuccine is done. We're gonna get tongs and just kind of fish the fettuccine. I like doing it this way because it always captures a bit of that pasta water with the pasta that I'm cooking if I do it with tongs. So I kind of just grab it and plop it in. Some of that water ends up sticking to the pasta, it's great. And we're just gonna get 1 scoopful of pasta water and plop it into our sauce. We're doing that because that pasta water is A, absolutely delicious. B, has kind of like a thickening agent from the starch, so it's gonna help to thicken our sauce. So once pasta water is in, pasta is in, we're gonna give everything a nice stir, and it's pretty much done. Hit it with that grated cheese, mix the cheese in, just let it sit there for like 30 seconds and serve it. it. We're done. Quite literally like 25 minutes from start to finish. We came in hungry, ordering on Hangry, and now we get to devour this beautiful plate of pasta. Look at that silky, beautiful rose sauce. An amazing, soft color. It's a little tangy from the tomato paste. And the seafood flavor is amazing. The shrimp kind of gave out all the fruits of the sea here. Dip the shrimp in that sauce, get some pasta on that. What else do you need? Get a nice bottle of white wine. Man, you're set to go. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you gave this a try, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd always love to hear from you. If you like what I'm doing here, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.